And welcome back. November is Children's Grief Awareness Month, and Dr. Karen Scott with the Lost and Found Grief Center is here with some vital information on how grief is impacting kids. Dr. Scott, firstly, tell us a little bit about what the Lost and Found Grief Center is.
It's a nonprofit that provides grief support at no cost for children, teens, and their caregivers who are grieving the death of a primary caregiver or a sibling. We also have groups for older people, but the groups are offered at no charge.
Which is an incredible service to our community. I know lots of people that have used you, and we had the sidewalk chalk on recently, if you guys remember that. That was for you all. So you're doing so much good work, and I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you, and it's a huge thank you to our community who provides donations that make it possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Dr. Scott, you were one of the original founders of this program.
Yes.
And so what has it meant to you, one, to be a part of it, and two, where did the kind of concept for this whole thing come from?
Well, I was a school counselor and I saw the need, and the co-founder, Sean Escanosi, experienced the death of his dad when he was in junior high, and so he had lived that need. We were friends, and so a lot of things just coalesced. It means everything to me to be able to see families go from a place of despair where they can hardly speak to finding that life can be worth living again. And the thing I'm most proud of is the number of volunteers we have in our groups who were former participants. So it's a full circle thing, paying it back, and they have such credibility with newly bereaved people.
Now there's a special date here in November that we want to hit on, November 16th. Can you tell us about that?
November 16th is Children's Grief Awareness Month. It was set aside nationally to recognize the number of and the needs of grieving children. It's a week before Thanksgiving, set aside on that day because the holidays are a really difficult time for people who are bereaved, and so it's an opportunity to educate people. There are a number of things people can do. That day we're having lunch on the lot. So we invite you to come and eat from the food truck, and then our doors will be open and we'll provide tours where you can also see some of the artwork that the children have done in groups.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a great event. Now, I know you brought in some graphs and statistics that you want to go over, so we've got this first one on screen. Just kind of talk us through these.
Well, in addition to looking at the long-term numbers, we also do snapshots in time. These are from Judy's House and the JAG Institute in Denver, Colorado. They have a partnership and do all this. So in 2021, 1,192 children were newly bereaved every day in the United States. And we know that people don't know a lot of children who are bereaved, so they think it's unusual. It really is not. In Missouri, 1 in 10 children will experience the death of a parent before age 18.
That's insane. Yeah,
it's shocking. Chills.
This next one on screen
The next one shows the impact the pandemic had on children's grief. So there was a 46% increase in the numbers in 2021 from pre-pandemic years. So that was an increase of about 120,300 children. So again, a lot of people died in the pandemic. Many of them had children, so they're kind of the hidden victims of the pandemic.
Absolutely, the need is great.
This is looking at specific causes of death, and all of these colored blocks represent what we call stigmatized deaths, types of death that children don't get as much support for because people make judgments about them and all of that. And so you can see here that they represent 44% of all kinds of death.
And it's like a whole nother level, I would think, for a child to process, besides just being the person being gone.
Yes, and a particular statistic that's important in this area because of all the fentanyl use, there was a 60% increase in children bereaved by a parent's accidental overdose death. In that from pre-pandemic years to 2021, and we expect those numbers to keep rising. And there's a lot of isolation and guilt and judgment associated with that.
Absolutely.
So we just try to do lots of support for children.
How do people get involved?
As participants, they just call our number, and it's 866. Good grief, now I can't remember the number.
They can find that online.
Yeah, they can find it online.
Dr. Scott,
and they call, and we do what's called an intake, and then they come in for an orientation, and we get them. We make it as easy as possible.
And if you want to volunteer, I'm sure you can find that on the website as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect. Dr. Scott, thank you so much for being here and sharing all this vital information.
Thank you for allowing us to come.
Yes, absolutely.